All right. Only a bunch of drop frames so far. Amazing. Amazing. Well, hopefully that that calms down just a little. All right. All right. I want to welcome everyone to the 2023 AI Winter Games. I'm going to give just a little bit of time for everybody to join in, get comfortable. We have some business to talk about because we've got to get a new emoji. I've worked on a few things. I worked on a few things for the Winter Games. We need a new emoji. Now, this emoji will drop tomorrow. I worked on the basics of the emoji today. And by worked on it, I mean I whispered to an AI. I whispered to an AI and got some horrifying things. I will show you those horrifying things. Yeah. We got to pick which horrifying thing we want turned into a real emoji. There's going to have to be some work done to it, but there's some good candidates here for what we want as the real emoji. So I think we'll start with that, and then we'll jump into the advent of code day one as soon as we get a few more people in. Is the stream perfect? No, we're still dropping lots of frames. So there's not much I can do about that. Not much I can do about that. All right. So first things first, we need to pick an emoji. We'll have it made by tomorrow. I'll get it made tonight, so no problem on that. Sorry about the drop frames. My internet provider is having troubles. It's an ongoing issue, but hopefully it will be resolved soon. Yeah, hopefully it will be resolved soon. Who are the contenders? Oh. So today we're going to be leveraging Cody, AWS Code Whisperer, ChatGPT. Let me pull this up on screen and we'll actually write this down. What I would like to do for today is to each day basically cut one off. Now, that being said, today is going to be a little bit shorter, so we might leave. Maybe this is the free round. Maybe this is the free round where no AI gets, excluded. So let's do this. I'll share my screen here. AI Winter Games. Day one. No elimination round. Let's see. No elimination round in day one. We have a couple things to do today. One is we're going to pick the emoji. Maybe we pick two emojis. Maybe we make one for subscribers and one for followers. We're going to get at least one emoji, and I will work diligently through the night to make sure that it's available tomorrow for spamming. This is the round 1-star coder gets a pass. Then 1-star coder has to make a has to make it into the. It has to have one day. I mean, we have to have one day of 1-star coder. You can't fail that badly and not have a second try. No elimination now. Pick finalists for emoji. Let's see. Then the contestants. Let's do a contestants list. And then, the second thing is day one of Advent of Code 2023. All right. Contestant list. All right, so we have Code Whisperer. We have Copilot. We have Code Whisperer. Code Whisperer, Copilot, Cody. We're gonna call it 1-star coder. 1-star coder. And I'm not doing tab 9 this time. Tab 9 did just about as badly as 1-star coder last time, just a few months ago. And I would love to track the progress. I just not going to pay to go ahead and track that progress again. I get to use all of these for free. And so these are the ones we're going to do. And ChatGPT, of course. Who was by far the winner of the last AI games. I'm going to list it this way. This was probably the general rankings. At least that's what I wrote down. ChatGPT, Copilot, Code Whisperer, Cody, and then 1-star coder. And it was probably actually tab 9 is in here. Tab 9 was sitting about here. Maybe tab 9 was a little bit better than Cody at some things, but yeah. Cody and Code Whisperer, interesting. I found Cody to be much nicer if you wanted to ask questions about your code, and Code Whisperer to be better at like the inline, helping you as you type code. So maybe this is a tie. But all right. Let's get into these. Let's get into these emojis. I have a few. I'm going to flip through them. And you guys tell me which ones you'd like to spend a little bit more time on, and then we'll start voting once we've eliminated some. So there's these. It absolutely nailed human hand emojis. Absolutely nailed human hand emojis. I don't even know what's going on. This looks like a firework hand. This is the classic emoji hand. Like I said, we'll clean some of this up. Like these floating things around here won't be part of the emoji. We have Nightmare Before Christmas because if you think that this is the nightmare yet, I have some Christmas specific ones. These are kind of nightmarish. Now, I want you to know that AI fail emoji. That was the imagine an AI fail emoji, and that's this is what I got. So that's that was the prompt. 2D emoji similar to the Mockingjay salute. And this is what I got, but Christmas. So if you guys don't remember my Mockingjay salute, It is the it is the it is the salute emoji you can use now. So this was the image, you can see it little here, that I gave it as like and I just said, but Christmas. Don't know how we got to this, but that's what we got. This was me asking it to clean up this picture. Again, not that we're going to use this. I just wanted you guys to see what's taking our jobs. This one I think has potential. I don't know what's going on with the hand, how many knuckles this robot has, but it's pretty fantastic. Now, I actually like these Christmas trees. We have several Christmas trees to go along with that are pretty handsy and pretty fantastic. So I don't know what you guys would be liking here. Again, this was a 2G emoji Christmas with the Mockingjay. This is what I got. Funny thing is, I think they have overtuned to not have 6 or 7 or 8 fingers. I think they have overtuned it because if you try to get it to give you 7 fingers like we had in the original emoji, like this, it won't do it. It will not do it. It will do a lot of things before it gives you more than 5 fingers. I mean, it will give you less than 5 fingers. That's easy. 3 fingers, no problem. 2 no problem. You want 7 fingers. It's not going to do it. I did get this one. This one was pretty good. This will need a lot of rework. I want it to be like 2D, maybe a little bit better. But this was for an evil robotic hand with 7 fingers, winter 2D. Not perfect, but I kind of like the idea. We'll need some work. Evil winter AI emoji. I don't get it, but it's good. It's good. I like this one for some reason. We're probably going to make this. I mean, remove the background, of course. But we're probably making this an emoji at some point. Here's some Nightmare Before Christmas. We wanted some Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know how I would make this an emoji. If you guys like this, I will have to work with my wife. This might not be done by tomorrow. This might not be done by tomorrow. So yeah, this, we could just take the robot. I was thinking like the robot would be a good emoji. Maybe something similar for this, the robot. This is supposed to be a 2D evil AI robot. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good. I think that if you put the word anime, I meant like the style of anime. But if you put anime in there, it gives you an anime girl. Every single time. Literally every single time I put anime in there as like trying to help it with the style. Maybe I need to do anime style. It gave me an anime girl, period. Like literally every single time. Okay. This is an AI overload icon. I personally like this one. It's adorable. This nailed the fingers. You like this one, Russell? You like this one? I like this one too. I like this one personally myself. It's like a nice simple emoji too. Okay. All right. Well, we got a winner. Here we go. I don't think that we have anything else that is... Yeah, that was it. That was it. I tried. Oh... All right, this will be an emoji. This one will actually be a really easy emoji to do. Just got to clean up the background. And we've got the green robot elf. I think that's what we'll call it. Perfect. Perfect. All right. All right, I'm going to log into Advent of Code really quickly. And we'll be off to the games. off to the races. Now, we don't have to use the same language every single day. I'm going to start out with JavaScript and Rust today. C# if we get the time. If we don't, we might circle back tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a long time to stream. I might circle back and hit day one with C#. A tier? You want to... Oh, I like it. Add a tier to this? Okay. Okay. I like it. Like it. Good call. Good call. All right. I apologize for not having this done beforehand. Should have had it done beforehand. But we're getting it now. We'll get it for tomorrow. All right, let me log into Advent of Code. So Russell, I think that would be a really cool thing. You know, if you could go here and like, you know, click on a thing that says, hey, this is the images, because, you know, there's probably in theory 500 images that it drew from, maybe more. But if you said these are the top 10 like that was used, like leveraged, I think that would actually be really, really cool. And it's something that I think more of the AI should start doing, where they're like, because especially, let's say I wanted to use this in like a scientific way, or like, especially with the coding. Hey, this function looks really interesting. I'd like to see where it comes from to understand, you know, who and why they code like this. I think that would be really powerful. I think, like, honestly, there's a lot of power in that, where it's almost like a reverse search. You know, make the thing that I like, and then let me go and explore why I like it and things about it. For artists, it would be fantastic exposure. You know, yes, AI's got trained on it, but you can come see my unique art that I make. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I'm not saying that would be good for the artist. It would be better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, would you like to see more of the inspirational artists? I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Yep. All right. So we have day one, JavaScript. We have these here. So we have our ChatGPT, Code Whisperer, Cody, Copilot, 1-star coder. Okay, cool. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing if 1-star... I know that the last time we did this, 1-star coder was literally like released the week before, or something like that. And it was really rough. And I think part of it was I wasn't using the prompt quite properly, but that's because the prompt didn't really work its way into how we were doing things at the time. So I want to see if they made major improvements or not with that, for sure. And then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move Rust over here too. I'm interested in the Rust because so far, nobody's ever been able to write correct Rust. No one's ever been able to write correct Rust. Not one not one robot has been able to write compiling Rust. And we're not even talking about close to compiling. None of them have been close to compiling. So we'll see. Now, the thing I will have to say to that is that they have been... The code has looked right to solve the problem. It's just not correct Rust code. So like with ownership and borrowing and things like that, it's just not correct Rust code. All right. So with this, one thing that we also found learning from past tournaments is that they do taint each other. And so you have to open a clean workspace. I almost have Vim ready to do this, so maybe tomorrow, if I can get it to working, we'll do it in Vim. But you have to open a clean workspace. If you want to know why, like, I'm going to have this open over here, but we're going to actually do the tests over here, it's because you need a clean workspace. I have way too many things. Okay, wait. It's called the AI game. It's right at the top. Why was I looking? All right, winter games. Day 1. We will start with the Rust, and we'll start with ChatGPT. You know what? I haven't quite done this properly. We're going to move this over to screen 4. We're going to move this to 2. We're going to open the terminal here. Nope, that's not what at all. All right. Winter games, days, day 1, Rust, ChatGPT. Cool. Now, I did copy this, so all right. Let's open up ChatGPT over here. Actually, I'm going to close all of these except for the winner. All right, so ChatGPT. How can you help me? I'm going to read this just so that I understand. Summer's Golden AI is up for the very first event. I expect ChatGPT to continue winning from the times I use AI. I haven't actually been using AI that much recently. I need to get back into it. But from the little bit that I have, ChatGPT usually is the best one. All right. Something is wrong with global snow production, and you have been selected to take a look. The elves have given you a map. On it, they've used stars to mark the top 50 locations that are likely to be having problems. You've been doing this long enough to know that to restore snow operations, you need to check all 50 stars by December 25th. Why can't you just weather machines not powerful enough, and whether they're sending you the sky, and why the map mostly looks blank? You sure ask a lot of questions. Hang on, did you just say the sky? Of course. Where do you think snow comes from? When you realize that the elves are... You know what? I made my own question, FYI. I just couldn't make a lot of them. Now, I am actually proud of that one. It was actually kind of fun making these. You know, whoever does Advent of Code, if they'd like me to make a day, let me know. I'll make a day. Please make it day 1, 2, or 3. I'm not sure I'm smart enough to make day 4, 5, or 6, but I'll make day 1 for you. When you realize that the elves are already loading you into a trebuchet, please, I'm glad they make this clickable. I'm glad that they made that clickable. I'm also upset that I knew how to pronounce it. We need to strap you in. I don't think you need to strap in, because if you strap into a trebuchet, the thing is going to just whip you around and smash you into this. You don't want to be strapped in. If you're going to do the trebuchet thing, you don't want to be strapped in. They shouldn't have done this. As they're making the final adjustments, they discover that their calibration document Your puzzle input has been amended by a very young elf who was apparently just excited to show off her art skills. Consequently, the elves are having trouble reading the values on the document. The newly improved calibration document consists of lines of text. Each line originally contained a specific calibration value that the elves now need to recover. On each line, the calibration value can be found by combining the first digit and the last digit in that order to form a single 2-digit number. Okay, this is easy. So it's just 1 and 2, 3 and 8, 2 and 5. Yeah, okay, this is easy. And I think I can see where they're going to go with the part 2. 1 and 2, 1 and... Oh, I missed the 1. That was my bad. I thought that was an L, but it's a 1. 1 and 5. All right. So let's copy and paste. Oh, I didn't actually log in. I forgot to log in. Let me go to silence. All right. I am logged in. Copy. We're going to put this in here. I don't know that I need to get the whole puzzle input. I mean, we can run the whole puzzle input in a second, but let's just do this and then this. And then, you know what? Before we do that, we need to... Oh, we don't need to put it in here because we're doing ChatGPT. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. All right. Now, while that's thinking, we're going to get your puzzle input. Nice. We're going to put this in a text document here. Nice. I think that should be out here. Yeah. Most likely it's going to read a file from the root of the project. All right. Oh, I didn't ask it to do it in Rust. So this was kind of a failure on my part. This was kind of a failure on my part. So at least it seems to understand. Let me see if I can just follow up with, can you write some Rust code to do the above, please? I might just have to restart it, which is fine. That's on me. Okay, this is looking right from reading. I've done so much reading files. I've done so much reading stupid files. Okay. Let's see how this did. Now, we're going to... This is interesting. I almost want to do this one in Go. And the reason I say that is Go, you have to convert the things to runes. And that would give a really good insight on how well it knows the language. Like, does it know that it needs to do runes versus bytes? Although bytes here is maybe a little dangerous, right? Because how is it encoded? I always hate these things. Yeah. All right. Let's run this. Do we think this is correct? Do we want to walk through it? Let's just really quickly walk through it. Okay, so we start with a zero sum. We read all the lines. We iterate over the lines. For each line, we extract the calibration value. Ooh, look at that. Taking a string reference. Has ChatGPT gotten better? I'm not even on 4. I refuse to pay for it. Ooh. Did it write valid Rust? Summer's golden child. It's all right. Let's see. Line string. First character, last character. I don't get this part actually. Now it. Okay, so it's getting the reverse next. But wouldn't it need to call reverse twice, maybe? Because this advanced the iterator forward one. So I think if this works, I don't understand it. Or like this doesn't matter because this would advance. So if we were at the 0, this would advance it to the 1. And then this would advance it to the 0. Actually, this is going to advance it to the 0, right? Since it hasn't been advanced. So the next is the first one. Then this would advance it back. This might actually work. Maybe I just don't understand it. All right, let's move on. So then they're going to match the first and last character. Some last, first digit. I'm not smart enough. Well, let me... So it's giving a line. And it's marching through the characters. One second, let me look at what characters are doing. Okay, so it is UTF-8 characters. This is important. Whenever doing anything with characters, this is important because the thing is, yeah, it can bite you, but that's not what I meant. I don't know how to go back anymore. Okay. So it's matching on these two things, and there's two statements, either this one or the catch-all. This one is an invalid line. So if there is something in both of them, so it tries to convert it to a digit. I don't think this will work because, okay, so it's going to try to convert it to a digit. And if it does, if they both match, then it's going to return it. But if it doesn't, it's going to be done. Right? And it's going to return an error. This is actually returning from this result. So this is only going to count ones that start and end. I don't think this gets the right answer. That's my vote. I don't think this gets the right answer. Let's check the answer though. I called it. Okay. Sorry it took me so long to walk through that code. It probably shouldn't have. That was not that bad. All right, we got the code. Let's talk results here. Day 1. What do we call this? I guess, so my thing is, we said 0 is like 1 star. And then basically our scale became just ones and zero or ones and fives because like it either worked or it didn't work. I feel like this is 2. And the reason I'm going to make that argument is that it was close to succeed. The code ran, so that's 1 star. Especially when it comes to Rust. Most of them don't get Rust. The other thing is it did get the logic for the most part. All we'd have to do here is update this one function that then like, you know, finds the first and last character that is a digit. So basically what it did was it just checked if the first and last were digits, and that was all. So I feel like it gets 2 stars, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll explain it a little bit. Code ran. Wrong answer. Did not find first and last digit. Only tested first and last characters. Though it did handle, so it did like unwrap. It handled the results. I'm actually impressed with this from the Rust standpoint. It returned a result. This is a little curious here. It multiplies the FD by 10, but not the LD. So the first digit, it multiplies by 10. The last digit, it doesn't. They shouldn't have to. This is by base 10ing, so this is just wrong. It should be removed. Maybe it's really 1.5 stars. Maybe it's really 1.5 stars. Though it did handle the errors in case those were not digits. Okay. Randomly multiplied by 10 was not the cleanest code to read. I don't know what I feel about these match statements. Maybe it's fine. I'm going to put an asterisk there. That's not how I would have written it. But maybe it's fine. Obviously, you don't have to write it the way I would. But, yeah. Moving on. Well, if ChatGPT didn't get it, who is going to get it? Who's going to get it? Who do you guys want to do next? Let's open the folder. ChatGPT proving Rust was invented to keep humans in coding jobs. I mean, to be fair, I was giving this 2 stars because this is better than, I have literally never seen them giving me compiling code for Rust. So like, to me, this is better. This is actually much better in my opinion. Let me jump into Copilot. We'll just flip on Copilot here. Which one of these is Copilot? Oh wait, Copilot's built in, so I just have to enable Copilot. We're going to open, let's see, Copilot. So here we're just going to delete this. We're going to start with this. If Copilot fails at this, we probably will just move on to a different language. If we don't get anything from Copilot, and this isn't me, I'm not going to discount them any points. I don't want us to beat our heads against a language that's just not going to. Let's see. Wait, why is Copilot disabled? All right. Disable that. Why isn't Copilot enabling? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I doubt they update every single day. That would be, I feel like that would be really expensive. All right. We have a single liner. Now, this is what Copilot does fairly well. Let's get that text. Do we oh. All right. What I find really interesting, and I do actually honestly find this interesting. So like I'd love to talk to Microsoft about this. But Copilot is definitely different than ChatGPT. Given the same inputs, Copilot does different things than ChatGPT does. Even though like they're the same model in the back end, they've obviously been tweaked. Again, it seems like it's compiling code. Maybe not running code, but compiling. What did it fail on? Let's see, line 40. Oh, okay. So it's not checking, it's just getting the last character. So it's making the same. This is interesting because they've made the same mistake now. They're getting the first and the last characters, and this is much cleaner, by the way, way of getting it. But they're getting the first and last characters, and they're just doing that. So they're not getting the nuance. They're not getting the nuance that it's these two, and it's these two, which is confusing to me because if you remember in its original thing, it actually did it. Look, it got 1 and 5 here. It just can't translate it to code. It even got the trick that the 7 was a double. Well, it was the first and the last. Both of them failed to translate it to code. They got the base concept, but they missed the finer details. I mean, you know, I'm gonna go back and just say they failed. Like they really actually failed to understand the problem. I like that they were compiling, and I think that's a good point, but it's the wrong. It just doesn't work. I was really enthusiastic about them running compiling code now, again, because Rust just hasn't. And ChatGPT, I think, at least tried to make the cleaner code. Because, like, this is, you know, ChatGPT actually broke out a function to do the actual comparison of the line, did a lot of that stuff. But the Copilot has been never actually flown a Rust 7.67. Then back to the terminal. Good news. good news. I have very, very good news. I don't know if you guys know this, and I know that my stream has been having horrible issues with my internet provider. Supposedly, they are working on it, but even if they, and I think the reason they're taking it so seriously is 2 days ago, there was people outside spray painting all the lines all throughout my whole neighborhood, and that is because AT&T is laying fiber this month in my neighborhood. So whether I get AT&T fiber or not, it means that there's two options. And that means that Spectrum has to bump up its game, or I can just switch to AT&T fiber. So I know the stream is a little choppy. I will get AT&T fiber as soon as I'm able to actually buy it. It's not there yet, but as soon as it is, that's my promise to you. And sorry for the dropped frames. I'm really excited about the competition because, again, like I almost think that I could just stay with Spectrum then, just because like they know that I could leave, and that's powerful in itself. That's powerful in itself. But I am going to leave. I am going to leave. The Spectrum has assured me that they're working on it. And I mean, their trucks have been out and they are also digging stuff up. So I'm sure they are working on it, but it's a day late, dollar short. If you prove to me that you'll only do something when you have somebody there that's going to force you, I'll go to somebody else. Code Ran was messy compared to Chat GPT, but more direct. Did not handle the issue of a result being returned, so program failed on first non-digit character. All right. So I think this is good enough for Rust. Again, tomorrow, if you guys want to circle back and do more with Rust, we can. We'll have a little bit more time, but I do want to keep moving to get a little bit into the day. And I think Rust is really hard. So let's try JavaScript and give it something that maybe is a little bit easier on it. Try 1-star. Try 1-star. Okay. We'll try 1-star. We'll see if 1-star's Rust code compiles. All right. It's funny, my folder structure, now, I remember that there was like 2 places that you could use this, and maybe I was using the wrong place. Let me see. Let's also go to Hugging Chat. You used to be able to use it inside of Hugging Chat. Oh, do we want to try Code Llama? We do want to try Code Llama. I wish they let me use StarCoder in here. They used to. At the very beginning, you used to be able to use StarCoder in there. We should try Hugging Llama, though. That's one we're going to have to add. Let me add that. We don't have to do Hugging Llama today. I just want to make sure to touch on it I want to try it some in these games. How do you spell llama? I'm pretty sure I'm spelling it wrong no matter what I'm doing. It's 2 L's. I knew that I wasn't going to get that. It's probably a French word. And not 2 M's. There we go. Hugging llama. All right. Like trebuchet. All right. 1-star coder. Is this where you would use 1-star coder? Let's see. That's this one. Oh, I need to log in. Give me 1 second. Log in. Oh, I did. I have a couple things. And I worked hard on these. So I need to actually put them in OBS, but I have a ads playing screen. So that will be good. So people know that I'm not like moving on when ads are playing. I'm going to chat as well during that time, but I'm not going to do whatever the thing we were doing. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Please click on each animal image containing the smallest animal. What? The smallest animal? Do they know how large crabs can get? Like, I think it wants me to click these two. And this dog is obviously huge because there's a guitar there. And I mean, if that's the guitar, that dog be huge. But you know how small this dog is? Those are books. I've seen crabs larger than these books back here. I'm guessing it's these two. I'm about to fail verifying that I'm a human live again. This has happened too many times. 1 second, I gotta check my email. I have possibly failed that too many times on stream. Oh my goodness. Look, if I change my password, I should just be logged in. I need that workflow. I'm trying. I am logged in. Just like. Okay. We're cooking. Wait, maybe not. I still feel like I should be able to use it in Hugging Chat. They should have it here. I almost called it 1-star coder. Big code star coder. Will it code or haiku? That is a question. I'm just asking a simple thing just to make sure that I am in the right spot. Oh, wait. Play with the model on StarCoder Playground. I didn't click this. This is what I needed. This is it. Okay. All right, StarCoder. We're just going to go with StarCoder. I played around with these last time, and it didn't seem to really make a difference. It didn't seem to really make a difference. Now, this is where I think it wants you to input code and not like a question, but it doesn't always get what it wants. In Rust, please solve this problem. As long as it doesn't get me demonetized with what it says again, I'll be good. Demonetized, banned. We're gonna put. Is it just regurgitating? I think it really wants you to put code in. Yeah, I don't know. And this seems to be paused. It wishes it was one StarCoder right now. Now, I could pay Hugging Face to run this myself. Maybe that's what I need to do. Let me try rewriting this a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to say in Rust. Can you please solve this in code? Actually, I'll put this on a new line. It's weird. It's not even trying. Yeah, I didn't get code from it. I didn't get code from it. One star coder failed to generate code again. This has been a reoccurring problem with this model. Okay, you know what though? We have Code Llama up here, 34 billion. Solve in Rust the following problem. Oh my goodness. It's writing code. It is infinitely better than one star coder. I think this is wrong still. I think this is wrong, but it wrote Rust. And to be fair, Rust is designed to be the hardest. It's Did I call it Hugging Llama? Is it actually Hugging Llama? I don't know if it is. This isn't going to work, right? Because, yeah. We'll run it, though. We'll run it. Oh, I didn't actually put the, you know what I didn't put in here? Let's jump over here into the Hugging Llama. We're just going to squeegee this file over. This input text. All right, now that should fix that. Yeah. So again, it's just looking at the first and last. Now it did it interestingly. This is not the easiest thing to read here, but I mean, interesting way to do it. It also got the idea that it was going to add these two things together and add those to a total sum. So yeah, let's move on to a different language. That's maybe worse. That's kind of worse than the other two. Okay. Hugging llama. Better than 1-star coder because it generated code. Generated compiling code. But yeah, probably much worse than the other ones. I guess yeah, 1-star, whatever. All right, let's move to JavaScript. This is where the majority of people want to actually know. I don't know if it's where the majority of the people. I assume that this is where it's gotten a lot of training, though. I feel like this should be the best. All right. So we'll open up the JavaScript. We'll hit the ChatGPT. The AIs are here. All right. We'll switch over here and say, can you do it in JavaScript? Will it remember? I feel like I should ask it afresh. Maybe I will ask it afresh. We'll see how it does it. We'll see how it does what it does. And we'll give it some leeway. It's wrong again. It's doing the exact same thing it did with Rust. It's taking the first character and the last character. Period. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Whew. It is not finding the digit. Let me re-ask it. Let me re-ask it afresh. I'm going to start a new one so it's not tainted. I'm afraid maybe it was tainted by the one above it. That's what I'm going with. New chat. Give me a new chat. All right. In JavaScript, please solve Okay, so it came up with a new way. I think that's at least a good sign that it was being tainted here. So you have to be careful that your previous questions don't lead it. Actually, this is something that's very important. I have heard that this is a problem with AIs. Let me actually show you, before we get into this code, let me show you this problem. There are many, many amazing people that came from Mount Vernon, Ohio. Many famous people travel here. Not here. I don't live there anymore. Travel there to meet the next batch of fame people. Also, I don't know if these are famous people that came from but now you can ask it something like, where did John Hancock, I don't know how to spell Hancock. That's a dangerous one to spell live. 1 second, let me look it up. That's how I was going to spell it. I just wanted to make sure, before I threw that out there. Grow up. Never mind. Maybe that one was too famous. Maybe that one is too famous. Where does Bob come from? Well, good on me for showing you not a problem. This is a problem, by the way, and I proved it here. I was trying to do a simpler version, and I failed. That is a legitimate thing, though, because they try to learn from your conversation with them. And so they actually weight stuff differently based off of if it came up in your thing. Anyways, that's all right. Let's see. Extract the match data and convert them to numbers. This isn't going to work at all. Now, this is an interesting approach. But it's not iterating over each line, right? Oh, okay. Maybe let me just put it in here. Let me just put it in the code. All right. So we're into JavaScript. We're into ChatGPT. We'll just go back here. Why is this indented weirdly? Stop it. All right. So this is not compiling. Wait. Line 7. I actually don't know what this regex is. I don't know. It's hard with the escape characters here. I don't know if the escape characters are screwing it or if it just made something screwy here. I don't think this is going to work, though. I don't know JavaScript that well either. But if this worked, it would be elegant, but I don't see it working. I don't see it working at all. Let's try that again. I want to see if it tells me a different way. Can you solve it in JavaScript? I'm kind of disappointed. This is not a hard problem. Like, it's just a brute force problem at this point. And it's doing the same problem again. The really weird and interesting part here is it gets it here. It gets it here. It gets the 7, it gets everything here, and then it completely drops the ball. Completely. It's like if it hasn't been trained on the specific issue, it can't do it at all. I think that's maybe the biggest takeaway from this is that if they're not trained with the specific problem in question, it can't do it. It can't come up with something new. And why is it multiplying this by 10? This happened on the I thought we would get past day 1. I honestly thought we would get past day 1. I don't have anything planned. I thought we were going to do day 2, 3, 4, and 5. I was actually worried that if it would go to day 5, like I don't have the time to keep going past that for the winter games. Maybe we need to try it in Python. Maybe Python. Let's try, let's get this. I mean, this isn't going to work, but I'm going to use the code. Okay. Try 2. All right. It's garbage. Let's try Copilot. Now I'm going to have to solve it tonight just so that we can do day 2 tomorrow. Ridiculous. If I do have to do that, I'll stream it. It will be later tonight. I have 1 second. What time is it? Yeah, I do have a hard cutoff that I have to go to tonight. So it will be later. But I'm sorry, I'm just checking, make sure that I didn't miss anything. All right. Okay, so let's try Copilot, but I honestly think it's going to try to do some of the same thing. It's missing the fundamental thing. Now, what we can try to do tomorrow is we can try to finesse it. Maybe that's what we do tomorrow, is we try to take these and try to get them to get to the right answer. That might be a fun and educational thing. Obviously, we can also try Cody. We can try a few different things. Let's see. All right. Let's get our text file here. Input.txt. Plop that down. We're just going to do this. And then, if you guys are wondering why I open up a new one, it's so that I don't taint the response. That happens. All right. So we read the path, we split the lines out. Oh gosh, I screwed that up. We split the lines out. We call a line dot reduce. Okay, so we're getting the line, and so for each line we match on. I like the attempt. But the problem is, yeah, this isn't gonna work, right? Because this number array is this line dot match here. Wait. I don't know the line dot match, but if this gets all the digits, if this gets all the digits and they get the first and the last one, this actually works. Will it do that? I don't know the line dot match here. I don't know this function. So like matches a string of an object that supports beam. Does it return an array of all the matches is I guess what I guess it's an array. So yeah, because like a match could also just return on the first one that it finds. Interesting. Wait a second. So npm run dev. All right. No such file or directory. Oh. It was looking for it in source. My bad. I fixed it. That was my bad, not the AI's fault. So this match is wrong. Now it looks like it's trying to parse a digit. I bet you matches a string or an object that supports being matched against and returned an array containing the results of that search, or null if no matches were found. I need to look this up, but I feel like this is really close to actually working. If you can on a string pull the digits out of it. Like if this is going to return every single digit. I don't know how to do that. That's something we can look at. This could have actually worked. It scared me. Almost. You know what would be fun? Can you make this code work, please? Oh, wait, was it correcting its code? What? Okay, so this is my worry, is that match would find the first digit. If you're just looking for a decimal. Not all the digits, but maybe it would return all the digits. This looks like it might be more correct. Although the escape characters and sequence on regex is hurting my mind on if this is actually how you want to do that. Let me actually just Google that. JavaScript get all digits from string. That might work. So they're just getting all of the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's taking this and this. Okay, so I think this should actually work though. Wait, so this didn't work. So this is matching on all, and then it's getting the first one and the last one. I feel like this should work, but it didn't. So obviously I'm the dumb one. I get it. 33 on this. Why didn't it work? So this is nothing. Maybe it was an empty line. Ooh, like that. The end was an empty line. I don't know how many times it ran the loop. Maybe it was my empty line on that. It was my empty line. It was my empty line. Uh-huh. Did Copilot just do it? Did Copilot just do it? Are we ready? I think that this is correct. It scares me to think about it, but it methinks it's right. 1 gold star for Copilot. Look at that. And now, ChatGPT was really close to this. It was really close. Actually, it was still pretty wrong because it did match 1 and match 2. Like, there would only ever be 2 integers, not more than that. So, it was still wrong. It was still wrong. And you know, if we're being a little nitpicky, it lacks basic error handling. Like, you know, is this a thing? But I mean, it works. You could take this and update it. I would also say this is an elegant way of doing it with the regex. I think this is an elegant way of doing it. I don't know that it's efficient. I don't know how efficient regex is or the match thing. It might be terrible. More terrible than just iterating over it. As long as the lines aren't super long, iterating shouldn't be super terrible. Okay, so what are we going to say for day 1? JavaScript. Chat GPT. Rename this. Failed. Though it had the same idea as Copilot, it failed to deliver on multiple, failed to deliver in multiple places. Pilot. I'm going to say 4 stars. 4 stars. Got the correct answer. Has a, I'm going to say bug. We didn't say to make it not fail. Where if there is a new line in the file, it will fail instead of returning the answer. It's a minor bug. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, let's see if Llama. Let's see how the Llama does with it. How does the llama do what the llama does? In JavaScript, please solve I'm going to document this since we're now on to the number 2 problem. That's working. That's working. I'm also not going to commit this code. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I feel like the people that are searching for the things, though, they're ruining it for themselves. But I'm not going to need to enable anybody to ruin it more than watching this video would already ruin it. All right, part 2. Part 2. Has llama returned? Has the llama returned? The llama has returned. It's a fail. It's a fail whale. Right here. They just get the first and last digit. Same as ChatGPT. Same as ChatGPT. I'll document it. No need to run it. It's a big old fail. Code llama. Failed the same way ChatGPT did the first time, as well as how everyone failed with Rust. Beautiful. Not trying you. Okay. Let's give Cody a chance. Let's give Cody a chance. I feel like Cody needs a chance to shine here. This is what Cody's going to knock out of the park. You know, I'm going to also try Code Whisperer. I've heard that they made vast improvements to Code Whisperer. So it's probably worth a try. What we're going to do is I'm probably going to have to re-sign in. We'll see. In JavaScript, what? What? I don't want you to calculate the final sum. I wanted you to write the code. I wanted the code. Where are the quick actions? There used to be quick actions. I haven't been in this for a little while now. Let me disable. Disable completions and let me turn Cody on. All right, let me try just in here. It should know that I want JavaScript because it's in a .js file. I'm trying. Come on, Cody. Give me your recommendations. All right, I enabled. Let's see it. Let's see that new UI. All right, I guess we're going Code Whisperer. Got a cone of silence. Whisper. Must whisper for the Code Whisperer. I also have to two-factor authentication and bump the mic for Code Whisperer. Just a little more whispering. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. That is the password. I don't know. One second. I'm whispering to it. It's not liking my whispering. I'm gonna throw that out there. Trying one more thing. Just one more thing. I did. Just blew into the mic. Sorry. Oh, that was not my intended. This is really frustrating. It wants me to sign in with my builder ID. And when I do, it says that that's not the right information. But then when I go sign into AWS, it works. So now I'm resetting my password. And it's still not letting me log in. Okay, well, that was interesting. Ooh. All right, so this is something that was released in reInvent. And I know we haven't talked about the news yet, but something that was released this last week, if you were up on it, was Amazon Q. Amazon Q. So basically, this brings kind of the Cody aspect to CodeWhisperer. Actually, one second. One more. I got to make sure everything is closed that was not to be seen. Okay, we're good. We're probably not good. I will probably leak something, but we're mostly good. All right. So this is one of the things that's going to happen in the news. Amazon Q is kind of the Cody of the CodeWhisperer. So we'll just try to ask Amazon Q the question. All right, we're just going to ask the first half because that's all it's ever done. That's all it's ever done for us. What? I apologize, but I'm not able to respond to this request. Please see AWS's responsible AI policy. What? For disinformation or deception, violation of the privacy rights of others, to pick a version, voice, or likeliness without their consent, for harm or abuse of a minor to digitally circumvent the safety, to leave the functions without what? And how was my question with my snow production contrary to the responsible AI requirements? Let me try rephrasing it. In JavaScript, could you write code to solve this problem? That way it doesn't think that I'm trying to do something lethal with a weapon. Well, Amazon Q is maybe not that intelligent. Maybe. I wonder if they made the product and then realized that it didn't work yet. So basically they just put this loophole with, unless if it asks something very simple, it just says I can't. It just says I can't. Can you write a JavaScript function to add two numbers? I mean, it can at least write some code. It can at least write some code. Let's do it in line here. Come on, CodeWhisperer. Can't. It's probably complaining. I can force it to... Oh. It's paused. There's a key combo to actually force it to say, okay, give me a recommendation. Let me Google that really quickly. What is the key combo to get it to like force it? Oh, okay. I got it. It started working. It's going. We read the lines in. That's great. We split the lines. We have a sum. We're going to iterate over the lines. This is getting close. I think it just fell apart. All right. So, I tried. Yeah, this is going to fail in the same way as all the other ones did. It's just taking the first and the last. It doesn't understand what it's doing. What is wrong with this code? You are seeing the full code. Man, Amazon Q sucks. What is wrong with this code? This code. Cody is thinking. Well, Cody is working just about as well as Amazon Q. Okay. Well, I think we're going to put Code Whisper the exact same as this. Amazon Q. Let's see. I need to get its response. In JavaScript, write a function to solve this problem. I just want to tell it that it can't. Yeah. Would only respond to questions with All right. All right. So, is Copilot the winner for the day? I do have to get going, and I'm sorry. I was supposed to have more time today, and then my wife double booked me after I had already told her that today was a day that I couldn't be double booked in the evening, but I was double booked anyways. So, I'm going to have to get going. For that, I apologize. But I think Copilot was the winner for today. Yeah. Everyone else did better than expected. So honestly, Code Llama and Code Whisperer came to the same conclusion that ChatGPT did. Like solved it in the same way that ChatGPT did. So I was actually kind of impressed with both Code Llama and Code Whisperer. I didn't try Code Llama for Rust. It's a pretty rough ask. It's a pretty rough ask. I'm going to just do it really quickly because I would like to know. Can you solve this question in Rust? I think this also goes to prove what we were thinking all along. And I guess the last couple times we've run this, it's like, well, if it was trained on it, it usually absolutely solves the problem. If it wasn't trained on it, they really struggle to actually solve the problem. Yeah, this is also going to fail. Yep. This is doing the exact same thing. I mean, it actually is writing Rust, and you could take this and make it work for you. But it's definitely not the correct thing. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Tomorrow we'll dig in some more. We only have one that made it to the second day. And that was only in one language. What we'll do is we'll test some other languages out for day one. And then maybe what we'll do is see if we can't coerce the AIs into actually solving the problem, because I think that would be good information. We could actually make some really good videos on how to leverage them properly. So let's do that. And I also think that this answers a really important question, and that is, can they actually solve something they weren't trained on? And I want to say probably not. Not well, at least, and not reliably. Not reliably for sure. Yeah. And I feel like that's what we felt each time that we do this, is like they'll get deceptively close. Like sometimes they'll be even closer. This is kind of obviously wrong. But they've gotten deceptively close. And yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining. You'll have your new emote tomorrow. What's a good name for him? Let me know in the Discord if you know a good name for him. We'll come up with a name for him, and that will be the emote. So thank you everyone, and I'll talk to you guys